Hi there, today I'm going to show you how to do one of my favorite activities to do in the classroom with my 2-year-olds, tie-dye. I'm going to show you that you don't need to be afraid of this and it can be a really fun activity for everybody to do, especially outside on a pretty day. So to get started, you're going to want to make sure that you're wearing clothes you don't mind getting messy. I'm wearing just an old sleeping t-shirt that you can see I got some dye on already, because the dye will stain your clothes. So you want to make sure that you're wearing clothes you don't mind getting a little messy. You're going to need an article of clothing that you want to tie-dye, and you're going to want to make sure that it's damp. Not soaking wet, just damp to the touch. You're going to need rubber bands, gloves so your hands don't get messy, maybe some paper towels to have on the side, and a bag of some sort to put the tie-dye in once you're done. I prefer Ziploc bags, but you can also use a regular plastic shopping bag. I have my box of dye next to me. In the comments below, I'm going to link the kits that I like to use. You can get them through Amazon or directly from the company themselves. The bottles are great because they come filled with the powder. All you have to do is fill them up with water and shake. So it's super easy. So today I'm going to show you how to do a spiral design because it's probably one of the easiest ones to do and it looks really cool. So you're going to want to pinch wherever you want the spiral to start. I'm going to do it right in the middle, but you can do it up on shoulders, you can do it off to the side. It doesn't matter, you can do the spiral anywhere, but I'm going to do it right in the middle. I'm going to pinch and twist and just keep pinching and twisting in the same spot until you get a nice round little ball. I'm going to take my rubber bands and place them around to hold it all together. So I'll do one across, do one across, then do one diagonal. So now I'm going to lay the paper towels down. You do not need to tie-dye on top of the paper towels. The tie-dye kits actually come with a really convenient tarp that you can lay down and just squirt it on top of the tarp. But because I'm inside, I'm just going to use paper on top of paper towels. And for Milo's onesie, I think I'm going to do red, yellow, and green. I like to do colors that complement each other. You can do whatever you want. The really fun thing about tie-dye is you can't really mess it up. They kind of all turn out cool no matter what you do. So now, before I get started, I'm gonna put my gloves on so my hands don't get messy. So my gloves are on. And I like to start with my dark colors. You can start however you would like. So I'm gonna start with my green. I'm just gonna pick a little section to squirt it into and just kind of squirt it all over. If you don't want a lot of white on your article of clothing that you choose, make sure you kind of get down into all the little creases. I think I'll do green over here as well. Squirting that in. All nice and covered. Maybe peel it open a little bit, make sure I get the whites on the inside. Okay. You can see it starts to bleed a little bit into the other ones. That's okay. And now I think I'll do yellow. Wait. I want to do my yellows like this. Squirt it all over. So when I'm doing this in the classroom with my 2-year-olds, I usually like to do it hand over hand. That way they are really the ones squirting it, but I kind of help aim so it doesn't end up squirting all over the place. But you would be really surprised. 2-year-olds are actually really good at tie-dye. So it's definitely not something that you need to be afraid to do with them. And now I'm gonna add my red. Oh, I hope this one turns out cool. It looks like it might. Squirting it on. once I get this all nice and done, I'm gonna flip it over to get the other side. I like to match up the sections, but you can see it's not quite as even on the other side. You can do it however you want. You can add different colors into these different sections. You can also see that here it's a little bit tighter. So here's where we would get a lot of white. So you kind of see how when you pull it open, you can see all that white. I don't want a lot of white, so I'm gonna make sure I get into those creases and cover that up. Now I'm gonna go to my yellow, and my yellow one. That's a pretty yellow. And again, I'm gonna open it up, kind of make sure I get inside. And here's my other yellow. You can see that the red is bleeding in, there's some yellow here, and that is just fine. Now we'll do our green. Squirt that right on top. This one will be really interesting looking when it's done. Oh, some of my colors are mixing. That's okay. I'm gonna try to open it up, get it on the inside. Okay. When you're happy with how you have your dye on, you're gonna take your bag, just open it up, pop your tie-dye in, make sure you squeeze all the air out. Now there's a lot of different time frames that I have heard for keeping it in the bag. Some people say 8 hours, some people say 12 hours, some people say 24 hours. I think whatever you are comfortable with is fine. So then when you're ready to take it out, what I personally do at my house is I unravel it and I hang it on a drying rack to air dry. And then I put it into the washing machine alone with cold water to rinse all the extra dye out. You can do, again, however you want. Some people unravel it and immediately rinse it with cold water, then let it dry, and then put it through the washing machine again. I don't really think there's a right or wrong way to do it. If you think there's a right or wrong way to do it, please let me know. I'm very curious. So I hope that this was helpful. And again, in the comments below, I will link the tie-dye kits that I like to use. It's Tulip One-Step Tie-Dye. I've been using them for years. I've actually now gotten them for the school to use as well because they're just really great and convenient to use. I hope you enjoyed this. I will post a finished product when this is done. Okay, bye.